Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Raluca. Today's video is going to be a tutorial using only drugstore products. I have my bag here. These days the DM store was kind enough to invite me to their opening of a new store in my city. So I don't know, it's the first time when I get invited like that, so it was very special for me. They are basically a drugstore market which is very popular in Romania, and I think in most European countries it's actually a German store, so they have a lot of drugstore brands, and I got a bunch of products to do this video. So some of the products I'll show you are products that I know and love, but some of them are going to be new, but I'm going to mention which is which. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my face. I don't usually prime, but I moisturize using this Altruist SPF 30 sunscreen. I really love this one, especially if you have dry skin. I really recommend it, and it's also very inexpensive. For foundation, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild photofocus foundation. You probably know by now that my favorite drugstore foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation, but this is about 3 times the price of this one, and I wanted to keep it very affordable, so I'm going to use the Wet n Wild one. This is a very nice option as well, especially for the price. Like, the price, you can't beat that. It's about $6. I do have a shade that's way too dark for me, but I'll just mix it with a little bit of NYX foundation mixer to get my shade. I already have mixed it with the foundation mixer in the bottle, but it's still about 4 shades darker than me, so what was in my head when I bought this? So mixing a little bit of this NYX mixer, and I'll just apply it. And I'll use a beauty sponge to apply this. This has a very natural finish, suitable for combo skin, I'd say. If you're very dry, you're probably not going to like this. How do I blend my foundation wearing a turtleneck? I've had this concealer in my drawer for a very long time. It was before the pandemic for sure. It's been sitting in my drawer for more than 1 year. I haven't opened it because I have so many concealers open and I don't want it going bad in my drawer, but I'm going to use it today. It's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. You probably know this by now. It's absolutely amazing and so affordable. I got the shade C6 and I hope this is my right shade. The shade seems fine. I like the applicator because it's pretty big and it picks up a lot of product. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the shade. I'll also conceal my eyelids because I don't have a drugstore eyeshadow primer. And also highlight the center of my face. I'm going to start blending, and I'll first blend in the center of my face so the under eyes has a little bit of time to sit. Because if I remember correctly, this doesn't have the amount of coverage that I usually use in concealers. If you let your concealer just sit there a bit before blending it, it's going to have a little bit more coverage, but don't let it sit for too long because then you're not going to be able to blend it. This has a pretty matte finish, and from what I remember, I loved it because it lasts for so long. Unfortunately, I do not have a loose setting powder from the drugstore, so instead I'm going to use a compact one. The shade is fine though, I like it. Let me just add a little bit more here to conceal my smile lines. I think this is the part where I'm going to get mad about my makeup. Like I said, I don't have a loose setting powder, but I have this Essence Contouring Duo Palette, and inside we have this highlighting powder, I think, Like, it's just a compact powder. And yeah, this is in the shade 10. It's called Lighter Skin. So yeah, I'm going to use the powder now, and then I'm going to contour with the other shadow. Picking this up, dusting off the excess. I use a Morphe M330 brush. Oh, this changes the shade of my concealer, of course, because it's a compact. And it's making it, I feel like it's making it a little bit darker. Setting the rest of my face again with this powder, just using a fluffier brush. Just a light coat of this all over my face. And so far it's not bad. I feel like my under eyes could have been a little bit better. I'm also going to set my eyelids. I definitely recommend you get a loose powder. My favorite powder is the RCMA No Color powder. It's about $14, but the amount of product that you get here, it's about 3 times the size of a usual powder. 3 or 4 times. So it's about, I don't know, $4 a jar if you think that way. Moving on to contour, I'm going to use this powder here. It's kind of dusty, but I'll just dust off the excess and let's see how it goes. Okay, the shade, the undertone of the shade is fine, but I feel like the shade is a little bit too dark, and this is the light version. You can work it around, like, I don't know, maybe wipe the brush on your hand before applying. After blending, it looks okay, I think. I like the undertone, it's not orangey or anything. I'm going to contour my forehead, and here I like contouring my temples. So visually kind of narrows my face a little bit. And on the nose, I like contouring just underneath my nose. I find that for my nose shape, that's ideal, rather than trying to contour the sides, because that's never ending up well. So I just try to lift it up by contouring underneath. For blush, I'm going to use this Essence Matte Touch blush. This is quite nice. The color is not my favorite, but it's quite cute. I'm not going to apply much because I don't want very pink cheeks. This is in the shade Pink Me Up, by the way. So I'm just going to apply a tiny amount of this. So really dusting off the excess. And I'll apply this above my contour. If you apply it that way, by really dusting off the excess from your brush, it's not that strong pink. I also wipe it on my hand a little bit, so I can remove that excess. And also a little bit on the tip of my nose, because it's cute. I really love how it looks. For my brows, I didn't have any drugstore brow products, so I bought this Catrice Slimmatic Ultra Precise waterproof brow pencil. I got the shade Ash Blonde. Ash Blonde sounds really nice. I really hope it's ashy like it says. It has this little spoolie on the side, which I'm going to use to brush the hairs up. Yeah, the shade is nice. It's really an ashy blonde shade. It's very creamy. I think if you use this daily, you're going to run out very quickly, because the creaminess makes it go very fast. Did it just... a part of it just fell like this. Okay. I mean, it looks nice on the brows, but if it breaks like this, and from the way it goes very quickly, I feel like you would get like 3 applications out of this product. The result is really nice. I really like the shade as well. going to diffuse it a little bit. I have here the Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder. And I got this one thinking that it's that kind of a finishing powder, you know, that shimmery kind of a powder that you apply on top of your makeup to make your face look a little bit more glowy. This is actually a highlighter. My favorite highlighter from the drugstore is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls. This is absolutely divine, absolutely amazing, but I really want to test out this Catrice one today, so that's what I'm going to use. This one is in the shade Light Infusion. I'm really curious about this. I'm just going to... Oh my god, this is dusty. I didn't expect this fall out in the pan. So as you can... I don't know if you can see it on camera. Oh my god. It's really powdery. Yeah. It doesn't look bad. I mean, from the side you can see it doesn't leave that stained effect on the face, but it's very blinding. I'm just going to use a lighter hand when picking it up from the pan. If you really want a blinding highlighter on a budget, I feel like this would be a great option. The e.l.f. one is a lot more natural, like that natural kind of glow from within. That's why I like it. I don't know, I'm kind of over the blinding highlighter phase. I don't know what's changed. A little bit too much for my taste, but it's nice. It doesn't emphasize texture. It looks really smooth on the skin. I don't like that it has that much fallout. But it's a nice highlighter, especially for the price. And with a smaller brush I'm going to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. Moving on to eyes, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air palette. This is a really nice palette on a budget. This is how it looks. They have different shades of the same palette. I mean, it's really nice and it's very affordable. As a transition shade, I usually like mixing both of these that are called transition. Because one is cool tone and one is warm toned, and by mixing them I create a little bit of a neutral brown. I'm just going to lift it up a little bit here in one of the corners, so it kind of gives that cat eye effect. I concentrated it into the outer corner. I just blended in the crease whatever was left on my brush. So the main pigmentation is going to go in my outer corner. Mixing them again and applying it on the lower lash line as well. Like, this is one of my favorite transitions I own, but it's made by mixing two shades. My under eye is definitely creased a little bit, and I'm trying to hide that by dragging my eyeshadow here over my creases. And it's not the concealer's fault, it's the powder's fault. I don't like using compact powder to set my under eyes. I feel like loose powder is so much better. In my outer corner I'm going to apply this dark brown here. This is very dusty, by the way, but if you dust out the excess you're going to be fine. And with that previous brush I'm just going to fade everything. And I think I'm going to apply this brown a little bit in my inner portion as well. Just a little bit. In the center of my lid, I want to apply this Catrice Waterproof Liquid Shadow. This one is in the shade Free Spirit. Catrice liquid shadows are really nice. I'm going to use a flat brush like this to apply it. And let's see. Oh yeah. This is magical. And I'm trying to fade it into the brow bone highlighter. I'm just going to apply a tiny bit more in the center. So pretty. Fading the edges, just so it really blends into the matte. I'm just placing a little bit on my lower lash line as well, just in the center, blending with the same brush. I'm going to line my eyes also, and I'm going to use this Essence 24 Ever ink liner. Let's see how this goes. I like that the applicator is very firm, so it's easier to control where the product is going. It's also very black. I like that it has a very matte dry down. Oh, and the tip of this is so precise. And this is the liner. I'm really impressed with it. I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply some mascara. My favorite mascaras from the drugstore are definitely from Essence. They're absolutely amazing. Any mascara from Essence that I've tried is absolutely incredible. Today I'm going to use the I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. This is the waterproof version. I'm not really a fan of waterproof mascaras, but it's the only Essence mascara that I have right now. I've used them in the past and really love them. What I don't like about this one is the applicator, because it's a little bit too big for me. I applied 2 coats of mascara and gorgeous. I also bought this Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner. This is how it looks like. It's in the shade Curious, and it has a little sharpener here. And it's actually retractable. Probably the sharpener helps you get this really sharp tip. I really thought when I saw it like this, I had no idea it's retractable, but I'm not mad about it. That's one thing that I don't like about the drugstore, that you can find testers in the store. Because it would be really nice to be able to see the product before buying it. This is very pigmented, I can really appreciate that. And the shade is this pinkish nude. I'm blending it towards the center of my lips as well, because I'm going to apply a clear lip gloss on top. To finish off the lips, I'm going to apply this Essence Shine 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 Wet Look Lip Gloss. This is a clear lip gloss with tiny glitters in it. It's absolutely beautiful. It also has that little bit of tingling effect, that that cooling effect, the plumping effect. If you want a good matte liquid lipstick, I suggest you get the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipstick. I used to have the shade, there's a peachy shade, I forgot the name of it, and it's the only lipstick that I ever finished. I used to love that shade so much. Probably will get it again someday. Even though I love testing new things and I usually don't get the same product twice. I'm just going to apply this lip gloss though. I used a lot of Essence, did I? But really, Essence is quite a nice brand. They really have some hidden gems in their collection. So that, guys, was the tutorial. This is the finished look. I really hope you like how it came out. I really found some good products here. I'm mostly excited about the liner, honestly. This Essence liner, I hope this lasts well, because if it does, then it's absolutely insanely good. I also love the mascara, you know I love Essence mascaras, the lip liner as well, the Essence liner, and the gloss, of course. I also like the contour powder. It really looks nice, although, like I said, it's quite dusty. Right now that the makeup is finished, it doesn't look that dark, as it did when I first applied it. My under eyes are not looking that great, they're looking quite dry and the fine lines are really accentuated, but that's because I didn't have loose powder to set my under eyes. The brow pencil looks amazing, but I don't think I recommend it because, like I said, I think you would probably run out of it very quickly. It goes very fast. And another product that I'm very thrilled about is the liquid eyeshadow by Catrice. This is absolutely beautiful on the lids. The highlighter is nice. I would still go for my e.l.f. one though. This is a lot better, in my opinion, and based on my preferences. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and you found it useful. If you tried any of these products, don't forget to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions on them. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below. It helps my channel a lot. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you're having an amazing day and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!